EDF TV. We are broadcasting from Chicago. Guest of this news, John Bilit Nzaba, leader of the Congolese opposition, one of the charismatic leaders of this opposition in France. With him we discuss, including crucial questions, I would say, of the political life of Congo, Brazzaville. Hi, John Bilit Nzaba.
Hello, hello, and thank you again.
Welcome back to EDF TV, our platform in Paris, which is yours, so you can use it as you wish, but especially wisely. Today we are discussing some aspects with the President Dios has Christelle Sassou Nguesso betrayed Congo. Well, that's what is recurring constantly in the population. It is believed that this minister only joined the government to enrich himself. To squat on Congolese territory, what should the opposition do? Should they make a deal with the devil to oust Denis Sassou and those in power? We'll talk about it in a few seconds. Thanks to everyone connected on EDF TV. I am Jean Lewis.
Subtitles provided by the
So back on this set with our guest
John Bilit Nzaba, a magazine.
Very fit,
as you can
and
see.
in his garden over there where the weather is beautiful with an ice rink, completely brilliant. So John Bilit Nzaba, we are going to talk about this greenery, and today we are talking about, on this land issue, we will return to it, but we will focus on a key figure in this drama that Congo is experiencing, Brazzaville. It's Mr. Christelle Sassou Nguesso. It is generally accepted by everyone that Mr. Christelle betrayed Congo because he used government channels to pave a way to success. First of all, greetings to the listeners, Mr. Junbin. Tell them
but listen, I thank you very much, and then, as always, I thank all our friends who follow us, who encourage us.
Courage now and then, because
we encounter them, and we have messages. It's certain that we are doing a very important job, but it is with the support and determination. Really, it is with great pleasure that I am always in front of them to clarify, to wake them up a bit and understand that the situation in Congo is or ours. There is not one situation for the North. There is not one situation for the South. There is one situation for everyone, and we are concerned.
We are the youth that didn't let everything we experienced happen.
He seems to be taking care of you.
We are currently...
Put what we want on his knees. We can't let this continue, and I think there is a big awakening today. Really, thank you very much.
All right, we are going to start the chapters of this interview. So tell me, the title is here, Christelle Sassou and her alleged betrayal against Congo. Christelle Sassou a-t-il betraying Congo?
Listen, it's very clear, you know, when someone uses the little power they have and to do what he did, that's called betrayal. And I think the economy today is trying to measure everything that's happening. This is really a betrayal. And I believe there will be repercussions in the years to come, because we cannot tolerate this. We cannot attempt to do things like this. We just woke up, it's true, but this man, we know well that he has his hands on our oil. He has his hands on all parts of the riches below. And today he decides all by himself, as if he were the king or the king's son. He decides to sell lands, and that's unacceptable. All the colonels today are with us, standing up to face injustice. Let's stop this negative machine that's ruining the Congo.
So it's more serious. It even happens repeatedly. And you point out that Miss Christelle is even scheming a physical elimination plan to anticipate this disaster. He doesn't want to wait.
No, he's not sure. He doesn't want to wait. And he knows well that he will never be protected by the people. So the only way for him is to give. Can you imagine selling your own land? You see, from there also there is a military aspect. That's what it means. So I believe all these agreements gradually, day by day, we update them to cut them, and we immediately understand that this man is dangerous because the only thing he wants is power. And power at any cost. And that's what his entourage didn't understand, even his father, Mr. Sassou Nguesso. Today, Mr. Christian Saint-Saëns Nguesso is ready to eliminate his father to gain power and rule with blood. The minds of the Congolese, that's clear, and he knows it well because it is not even supported by 2% of ancillary factors. Can you imagine? So I believe that stop being born because the Congo is not for sale and the Congo is not his property.
So, John Melis, we noticed some movements. By movement, especially during Mr. Lavrov's tour in Central Africa, we saw that he went to Rio. The equation becomes more and more difficult, increasingly complicated with Kagame, who comes to install a base in Congo. I'm not done in Congo. You see the VROV arriving in Brazzaville. They say the proof is about to support what he says. I'm going to complicate everything, all that I practically understand nothing about it.
It's not complicated.
Because Mr. Sassou, ignore our will, you know. We have a tool in the diaspora. It's diplomacy. And those connections, they need to understand them because he, who has been running the country for over 40 years, he has never had connections elsewhere. Ministers are interested in having contacts with foreigners. That's why I left this question today. Just so you know, we had a diplomatic connection. Today, people need to understand that Mr. Sassou Nguesso was called out because we think that the spirit of ethics, we must always raise the level, bring problems towards. Some people can be influential or even decisive. This was done by going down by Mr. Kisegedwe. It was done by Mr. Lavoie's descent. So this is a job that we follow, and we have brought them essential elements. So Mr. Sassou Nguesso today is out of it because he won't allow, by allowing that Western bases are being established through land acquisitions by Rwandans. So all of this today, it becomes international. People need to understand that. Mr. Sassou Nguesso is at a crossroads. So he has a choice today. The problem does not exceed him. So we continue this work, and they need to understand that we will not stop. We must not stop because he has shown his strength in betrayal with his son. So we continue this diplomatic connection, bring elements so people understand that it's not just the Congo's problem, but an international issue. Now, land issues today are becoming a problem. International, let the Congolese understand this well, because this union of strength we have today has made it so,
with force, with power, it's at every
so they
moment.
understand them. We can't do it like Mr. Kisel Sassou Nguesso wants. We can't do it like Mr. Sassou Nguesso does. So we were clear that slowly, and who takes care of Mr. Sassou Nguesso or his son, understand that the game is more important than education. From Congo, they are not for sale.
They will never, ever, ever, I said never be for sale.
So you who have observed the actions of Mr. Denis Sassou Nguesso since this began, do you think that he lost the controllers? Did Christel sell the water without his knowledge?
Where he is essentially
I
the
have always told you
origin
that
of...
Mr. Sassou Nguesso controls nothing. It's us who are weak. But Mr. Sassou Nguesso takes nothing back. So we see it all around us. It's like a game of, marbles, right? It's a game of marbles, but they don't find each other, you see? So whether it's a game of chess, he doesn't find himself because he's beyond him. When he sees people coming to his place,
to have Alexandria.
he really believes that all those people love him and want no. If the walls have ears, they understand that the messages sent there, the messages just conveyed there, are clear and precise messages, and they're messages for Congo, for the Congo of the DRC, for the Congo of Brazzaville, and for Africa. So today, compatriots, you must understand that the content, we will win it, we are winning it, we need to push harder because all we want is for this family to
Among
live.
the ACU.
The departure of Mr. Sassou Nguesso, the departure of Christophe Sassou Nguesso.
So we can assume that for you, this story will end like this, that these lands will be preserved. Okay, you are
Already, I
reassuring
assure
the
you that he
population.
cannot go further. And that is what we will demand. It's a complete cancellation. There's no hiding it like he wants to. It's the most recent cancellation that we want, and we state that firmly. They will hear us just like they heard the messages they received from Ohio. So it's a simple cancellation. You have to show the Congolese that these agreements have been completely annulled. So we will continue our fight because we don't want it to come back in 5 years. In 3 years,
So, Your Highness, we heard.
They might have pocketed maybe the trifle of 500 or 900 billion CFA francs. Can you confirm it? And how will they hire the Rwandan?
but listen, it's a scam. Can you imagine? Look at the company that signed the agreements with them. The group of Christophe Sassou Nguesso. No, it's Christophe Sassou Nguesso's game that sets the tone. It's because he stands to gain everything. The military will come to put them in power. So he's the one who invested. He's the one who put everything, that money, we call it money laundering today. No more settlers in. So it's not the Rwandans. The Rwandans can show us through which account they made the transfer or how the transaction went. So we need to be careful, understand the stakes, because diplomacy is international. In any financial action, there are traces, but show us the traces. That's why I confirm that this money is the money that Sassou Nguesso stole from the oil, who put it back in that machine, because it comes back. Simply that's all. The Congolese need to understand. The Rwandans have no interest, no means for that. People need to understand, and that's, I say it, and that's the truth.
We talked about a transfer that might have been made in a bank in Brazzaville.
That's fine, but where does that come from?
From Rwanda by
We
Christian
would
Lancier.
love to see
The treasure comes from the United Kingdom. We know these transactions, we follow them, because today nothing can happen without our eyes on it. Everything needed we know, and we take care of it. I'm saying it today, I bet, and I'm telling you that this money, it comes from Mr. Christophe Sassou Nguesso's approach.
So now what needs to be done? Should he resign from the government?
But we are leaving the show
Should we leave
talking
the
about
government?
history.
Does that solve the
If he doesn't
problem?
resign, we will not be in power. Still, a person should not behave like this. You see, because that's called, for him, it's even a double betrayal. Because he's from the DRC and Congo Brazzaville, it's a double betrayal. And I don't know where he will go into exile, but I know that with all the diplomatic connections we have, we will always bring them to the country so that they pay his sentence. He deserves a really heavy sentence because it's a betrayal that never happens.
Here's a recap on this set. I remind all those who have just joined us that we have on this set John Bennett Nzaba. John Bennett Nzaba and his garden. The weather is very nice. So let's talk about the weather quickly. About 10 seconds of your time, John Bennett.
Well, listen, do we have enough time to talk about time, huh? Because it's still...
The weather's nice. That's it.
It's
very good. Yeah, I'm already fed up. Even
It's a
when it
thrill.
rains, for me, the weather is fine because I don't stop. I just have to run, I have to live, so we never stop. It's not time that stops us, we have to run. Always move forward with the help of the past.
So we will continue with this in Colin Marcoso and her role as Prime Minister. We're told that actually, tell me, does he revel in this role as an extra?
When it's
Because he
got,
never wants to resign.
Me
He's
neither.
happy to
I
be the
ended up
Prime Minister
resigning,
because it is
starting.
not easy.
No, but listen, we can't wait anymore because he doesn't have what he wants to do. And it's a family group that's there. Colonel Marcoso has always been there. So don't expect Colonel Marcoso to come and say no. They sold their weapons. The men are selling their weapons. You see, he is very naive, like all the others. He thinks that by playing his games, going around to make a fool of himself in front of the peasants, it needs to be said. And that speech there, he sells it everywhere. And if he continues, it will be even more brutal. Doing tours like this in the regions would be very harsh because the kids we live are really angry about this matter. So all he does is put on a show, and he doesn't take anything back. He knows well, or maybe he hasn't read the agreements, but he knows well that he hasn't read the agreements. Naively, they try to trick the economy. And today they are completely cornered. We have done our best with all the knowledge we have. There are people who come to speak who are stronger than us, and they understand that.
Goodbye.
And we have that contact. And through this diplomatic play, he finds himself in Oyo, and he is called in. Today he can no longer move forward. Let Congolese people understand well that we are working, that we cannot stop. The others play the games. No, we don't play games. We love our country. And we think that with all the projects, with everything we've done at the Assizes, anything is possible in Canada. That Congo can fully regain its dignity in all countries.
So following you.
At the beginning of this show, we see that you are doing some underground maneuvers, pulling the strings. But when precisely will all this be accomplished? Are you just going to stop at
that? But it's
that?
coming soon. It's just that the Congolese understand it. And today, I believe that many Congolese have understood with this story about the lands. So the municipalities will do what is necessary to bring us to manage this country together. It is inevitable. People must understand that it is inevitable because we cannot remain eternally in front of this unhealthy power which has bad behaviors, which today you see that to get a position, you have to behave disgracefully.
You see, this is no longer acceptable.
It's no longer acceptable. We put people in place, we name people, but before naming them, they are humiliated. They are humiliated, and it is not acceptable.
So let's talk about Colinet. We will end with this question mainly about Colinet. You don't see the troubles that the poor now could do nothing anymore.
For example,
sorry,
necklace.
He doesn't deserve my apology.
No, but I'm not expected, but he was born with it. He was born with it, I'm not.
Mr. Collier, isn't it new there? We saw him, his Sassou Nguesso's grandson, you see. If we don't have any hills, he will go in that wind with all those people. And he can whine as much as he wants. We will put him on the other side like all the others. Others, because they're all betraying this country, they broke the school, they broke everything. Today there's no water. Today the Congolese people are really very deprived, and this is not acceptable. That those people stay, and my pride today is that many Congolese have understood it, and that many Congolese, we are in this dynamic.
So you're wondering, like the others, aren't you making the distinction between those who might be helping you because we are going to finish soon on the struggle? Should one make a deal with the devil, with people
no, there
who
is no table. There's
close
a chicken.
to you?
There is no devil, no. Those who join us, they join our ideas. We never gave in. Since we started this policy, we all have the same positions. It has never changed. So a lot today, whether it's the president or everyone else, are coming to us for our ideas, not theirs. So the fight we are leading is for tomorrow, where we will need all the forces, I said, even all the forces. And I say this very sincerely because people sometimes do not understand, because politics, as they say, you have to be initiated. Because it can't be done without connection, you see. There were interventions on the PCT side, on the end of their majority. We pushed to do it, to isolate that clan, that murderous clan, that assassin clan, represented by Sassou, Nguesso, and Christine. And what kind of message is this?
I saw you wink at Mr. What's his name, Molo. at Aristide, Mobe, BC's place.
Watch
But
out,
because we made
William.
investments,
come over
we
here.
worked. We have people in the country who went to see them. All these people, it must be said, we have people who went to see all those people. They went to tell them to do. Each of the
See you
leaders
later.
over
Goodbye.
there, people need to understand. There were people who went through. We have people who went through there, and I believe they understood. I believe that played a big role in making it possible for things to change today. So for us at home, there's no devil. There's no
Goodbye.
devil.
I have nothing to say.
The Congolese who are regaining their spirit, who understand that Congo is saved, we welcome them and we work with them.
And it goes up to here.
inside the BCT, where the help comes in.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Will
We
they
don't talk
go?
about PCT. We don't talk about PCT.
No,
We
no,
know
I'm
that
telling
PCT,
you.
PCT. No, listen. We have to be clear. The PCT doesn't represent
Yes.
anything to us. You will see that, practically speaking, when we organize real elections, the press system does not reach 15%. You see, it does not report anything. There is no one here with convictions. So let's be clear. They are all at the feeding trough. And today, as things are getting difficult, tongues are loosening. So be careful. I tell you clearly, these are people who are at the feeding trough and who to defend their livelihood. But today, they also understand that they are losing that livelihood.
But John, within the struggle, there are still strategies that might make you agree to negotiate with these PCT
But
people
that's what
to
But
do
listen,
it.
I was clear. Let me repeat.
It's not clear enough.
I said that for a
Tell
few.
them that when they don't understand
No,
this
no, no.
French,
I am clear. We have sent emissaries to meet them, all those people, and with some documents, you see. So today it is clear. Because our positions are clear, we do not change. It's them who must change. And imperative, they must change if they want to save their skin, you see. So the strategy is for the Congolese people to be part of the group, for the Congolese people to understand that there is a need for change. I was going to say from the alternative, but there isn't even an alternative because this power is not democratic. So we need this change for others to catch up with this machine that is running in Africa. I believe that intelligent men, people who love their country, are able today to lead these countries.
All right, thank you, John Noble and Zabad. In about 5 minutes, we will wrap up the question of the organized margin and its impact and how to improve all of this and the struggle on the ground for which you pull the strings, the levers. So in a few moments, we will close this news bulletin.
We have some issues at sea, John.
All right, back to this set, joined by our guest, John Binit Mzaba, a charismatic figure from the opposition. You heard everything, from Christel to Sassou himself, Colleen and Barcoso. Everything was swept away like the goal. A kind of backhanded remark. So John B. Nathan Zabad says to us, how did you enjoy the march that was organized? I saw you at the march, but apparently you were not one of the organizers. Do you want to say that you were aware of the preparations and that modestly you came as a guest?
But listen, you know, we always support her whenever she asks for steps, and we supported this step too. Well, we didn't need to be present, but everyone knows we supported her from Brazzaville, from here, from South Africa. So every time something happens, I welcome it and support it. I don't do things with calculations because for the Como, there's no need to do the math. This work here, I congratulate everyone who investigated at the organization, who did so well, and it's not over. We will take action. We will organize more matches. And this struggle does not end here. We need to understand that well. The agreement should really be cancelled. Show us those papers. It's over. That's what we want, and we won't stop there because we cannot continue to stay there to caress this power. No, no, no. It's over. We are grown enough today.
It's
we
better.
think that we can today have these responsibilities and manage this country properly, like we manage our families, how we manage to manage our families well, how we manage our societies, how we manage our lives. I think there is.
You even respect dignity, and that's where we're going to put
this pressure so that Congolese people understand that where they are now is not their place. Their place is with us.
But I know that it doesn't sound right with these voices.
Not with those rapists. Today, rapes are organized to allow someone to be appointed. Can you imagine? Where are we now? He doesn't hesitate to post videos because you always have to imitate the coroners. Whether they are from the north or the south, I do not tolerate these migrations. The municipalities are respectable. And this is unacceptable. All those who organize this will be prosecuted. They need to understand that clearly. Let's go. He will be prosecuted to appoint someone to SNPC. They have to be violated. They have to be ridiculed, all that. It will be over. And I tell you, we are not letting go of this because we can't keep joking around like this with the Congolese. We need to stop this, and we will do it.
All right. We'll do it. We know you have the means to
meet up quickly.
So we will.
We are power that is there. Rising to simply tell you that with the missiles we have received recently, he understood that he can't anymore. If it was someone from who was never ashamed today, he would even walk on his knees because in a few weeks he received missiles from above, not knowing that it was those they consider children or little ones who watched. That's it. See? So we have this power, as I said before, that was written about us because we will do what is necessary for them. This Congo reaches a height because we know the doors through which we must enter for that. The Congo get money, retrieve his money. The Congo can be managed at the level of international institutions, and Congo can have its place. And we are working on that, and that will be enough.
All right, John Bennett invited us. We'll wrap up with one or two last questions, but before that... So tell me, who is this musician? Reminds you of Brazza, the 1990s, right? Who is it?
And it's like a mountain.
No, very young, all the soldiers. All right, you will think it over and do it.
Here it is, Fofana Mulat.
Oh, all right. Excuse me, but we're here.
We are going to close this journal, John Bennett, starting with the feedback.
Can I talk to you about the arrest of Christelle Sassou Nguesso?
Am I dreaming?
But wait, you're dreaming. Why?
We cannot dream in the country we want. There must be justice, freedom, watch out. We must not go back. We are here not to repeat the mistakes of our predecessors by refusing to take action.
These were the laws that were crucial for France.
Determined by the CUP. Everything he did today suggests that Mr. Sarkozy is planning a coup.
A coup against the public street.
A coup d'etat against Sassou Nguesso. Of course, we want to get rid of a management system, but not to be replaced by another management system. See, it's really a coup d'etat. People need to understand that. And today, it seems to me that we must understand that we may be coming to his aid. It couldn't miss it. What did Mr. Sassou Nguesso do today? He surrounded himself with Rwandans. But all of this is organized. Today, there's people signing agreements in the name of the Gaza Association, in the name of Congo, you see? So this machine, they had prepared it for a long time, and today we are dismantling it. So they need to understand and feel it today. We can't let him do that because everything is done, everything was organized for Mr. Sassou Nguesso, that we stage a coup against the Republic, and it imposes, and there would be the entry of the Rwandans. We're acting as if they were in Kinshasa, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in the year 1997. We all know this, we saw it today. Today, our friends from the Democratic Republic of the Congo,
We know what they went through with
these soldiers from Rouen who came to dominate, who came to violate the women and men of the country.
At best, they're
We
idiots.
have the DRC, so we do not want that. That's why we set up this diplomatic machinery to stop all of that, and it won't stop.
Okay, to conclude, I'll give you 2 minutes to make an appeal to the Hongolan political class, to the diaspora, and that'll be it.
Well, listen, I thank you. Today, I simply say that we are working together here with the diaspora and with others who are in Congo. And I think the most important thing today in these victories that we are savoring and relishing, that shows that our alliances are important. It demonstrates that those who are in the country, in the Republic of Congo, our friends, our activists, all those who today do not hide, take risks. We must, I tell you simply, dear compatriots, support them because they take risks. Not everyone can live up to it on a day like this, but for those who make commitments, for those who directly confront Mr. Sassou Nguesso on the ground, they need to be encouraged because we know what Mr. Sassou Nguesso is made of. You see, I come back here to say this thing. We saw today the last time the death of Mr. Maldeka, Jean-Luc Maldeka. But Jean-Luc Maldeka was a former minister and former president and former coordinator of the National Conventions of the Premier. But all this time we have travel has been long threatened. He never received any money, not even his pension. Everything was blocked. But at his death, although we all know today that he was poisoned by Mr. Sassou Nguesso, at his death he does not hold back to bring the body home and to go bow before the deposit of by Jean-Luc Malenkar. See how cynical he is to tell the Congolese that we are taking risk and that people are dying. And when people like Jean-Luc Malenkar and many others die, it should be noted because we all know everything we have seen, how it is. The issues, the difficulties he had, whether they were financial, he never did anything, but it wasn't a problem
to meet at the convention center
and to present themselves before the coffin of Mr. Jean-Luc Malenkar. So we must correlate them with notes. We are fighting this battle. There are many risks. We know there were many risks around him. It's true that sometimes there's stubbornness and all that, but I think today the support we have from the Congolese shows that everywhere we go, there are people ready to help us. There are people ready to help us. Listen, we have people who support us, so that's what needs to be noted. We move forward and then backward because we know that behind us there are people. Behind us there is the people. We speak only on behalf of the people, only on behalf of the people.
without calculation. Without calculation.
I am not seeking to be president today. We are starting machines so that tomorrow Congo will be run by people who love this Congo. And today we are among those people who are here today.
He is holding the rescue.
Yes.
Thank you. I say thank you again. Thank you for the support.
Thank you to all those who understand today that the goal is for the people to rise and go outside, render it harmless. The Sassou Nguesso clan has won. With this gentleman today who has shown what he is capable of for his power, break Kowloon, sell the lands of Kowloon, all that. There we have to say it's over. The oil in Congo today, we see everything that is happening and we know that tomorrow a lot of people realize this because it's not possible. So my dear compatriots, thank you for your support. We are here for the Congo with you because we can't leave this Congo like this rich Congo, this Congo that can, with the studies we are doing, which can restart very quickly because you will have dignified people, people who respect justice, people who know how to manage money. We will be there. And thank you very much.
Here is John Militsaba. We just closed it.
We are going to close this news broadcast. And thanks for coming, John.
The participants.
In your own house, of course.
EDF TV. Here we were talking about this issue of land, the geostrategic implications of the opposition action working in a kind of underground processes for to ensure this so that Tricel, Sassou Nguesso, his father, and everyone supposedly are caught off guard, and the people like us regain freedom. Thank you once again for following us, and see you next time,
much.
John Bennett.